Our culture turned upside down. Hashtag Me Too on social media. I can't even remember all the names who have been charged with sexual harassment, assault, sexual misconduct, so many different ways to call it. Our guest is here today. If you need his help in order to get this right, any of the companies, that's what he does. He travels around and makes sure that this doesn't happen in your company. And when it happens, boy, it can tear things up. Baumann.com is where you can find him. He's taking our questions today. Again, Baumann.com. That's where you can find him, and that's what he does. An expert in consulting and proactive sexual harassment prevention. Prevention. Because you don't want it to happen.
Elimination and then prevention.
All right.
In the company I worked for 10 years, we went from an average of 2 harassment claims a year, which was actually below average, to none in 10 years, over a decade of no harassment claims. And the reason that happened was when a harassment claim is filed, we would hire outside counsel. The outside counsel would try the case or settle the case or win the case. And then they'd go back to their office. And that would be it. And then the next claim would come in and they'd take that case. Yeah,
but you don't want the next claim and the next claim. That's where it has to stop.
Right. You need someone to do a debriefing. If someone got injured in the same way every day for a year, you would do something to stop it from happening.
Right.
What do you need to do to stop it from happening? So that's why we went from 2 claims a year to 0 for 10 years.
Yeah.
We put together a program that prevents it from happening in the first place.
All right. Well, we appreciate that. Miranda has a question for you. Miranda, what's your question?
My question is, what if something has happened in the past and it, like you said, it was somebody in a higher, power, and you've waited so long, is there anything to do with that?
So you're saying it happened, you didn't say anything, you're uncomfortable, this is not working, and you're wondering, can I say something now?
Yes.
The answer to the question is, yes, you can say something now. And it's understandable for people to not come forward, victims to not come forward. The reason that victims are coming forward today, because it's become commonplace, it's become normal to come forward. Back when you were harassed, it wasn't normal to come forward because the powers that be would, you were afraid that you'd lose your job or you'd be demoted or something else would happen to you. And but when they make a credibility decision on your claim, they are going to take into account the length of time that it's taken.
Well, see, and that's the thing. You say they make a credibility. So there are some things you should do. In Kentucky, you need to know that you can record a conversation and the other person doesn't need to know it. Can you do that in Indiana? Do you know?
I'm not sure about Indiana. I know in Florida you can't.
In Florida, see, so it depends on where you are. But here in Kentucky, if somebody's messing with you, just slowly, record it on your phone, hit video, even if you're not taking video. You should also tell somebody else about it, right?
And you should take notes.
You should take notes. Any documents, who was there, what date was it, anything that you can possibly think of. If they send you rude notes or jokes or whatever, keep those, right?
In today's social media, you've got pictures at your fingertips. You've got the ability to take a picture of texts. You can save texts. You can save emails.
Save it.
But these guys that do this are so slick. They know how to cross the line but not cross the line, cross the line but not cross the line. You need to take responsibility for yourself and don't just turn it over to HR. Do exactly what Dawn was saying.
Yeah.
Get all the evidence together, and when you go to HR, you can present a nice package to them.
Package, and stand strong. Our next caller, is it Bud or Butt? Are you the... Yes, what's your... Say again, Tammy. Oh, Dot. I am so sorry. Dot, what's your question? We got about a minute here.
Okay, I've always heard in business that HR is not there for the employee. They are there strictly to keep the company from getting into trouble.
What'd you say?
There's some truth to that, but if it's a good HR department, and I was the head of HR for 2 years for a corporation, you take the side of the people. You make an independent decision, and if the supervisor is doing something inappropriate, you have to deal with it. But you can also take proactive measures, and that's HR can come back and train, go through the policy again with the person.
That's huge for you. You say it's got, but let me, and in her case, if she went to HR and doesn't feel comfortable, do you believe going out and getting a lawyer of your own?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You need to do that.
All right. JohnBaumann.com. We're going to come back and wrap things up. We'll be right back.